everybody. I'm Denise Schmidt coming to you from WESOS, Women Entrepreneurs Secrets of Success. And we've started a new project called Find Out Fridays, in which we really get an in-depth opportunity to talk to one of our sponsors and ask, what is it that made them either go into their business, start their organization, and what kind of moves them forward on a daily basis when everything is about ready to hit the fan. So our newest interviewee today is Geriann Wiesbrook, and Geriann started Military Mama Network. And for those of you who are not part of the WESOS organization who are going to be seeing this, you may not know what Military Mama Network is all about. So Geri, let them know how it started and why you keep going.
I will. Yeah, it cracks me up because people were like, oh, this is Geriann from Military Mama Network. I'm like, not everybody knows about us. We are small but mighty is what I like to say. So I turned 50, had a barbecue for my friends, and did not want gifts for myself. So I asked them if they would help me with the soldier and his dog. And I got what I thought was going to be 6 months worth of supplies. It ended up being 2 months because people found out about it and said, hey, can you help my person? And within a month, I think, of us launching, we were a multi-branch, and pretty quick after that, we were also assisting veterans. And then pretty quick, within 6 months of us starting, we were helping families because that's when the government shut down. And we were finding that our young enlisted families, so they've been in the service for a couple of years, husbands were deployed, wives were home with their babies, and they were qualifying for food stamps, which is great, except guess what stopped when the government shut down? So we were literally shipping diaper, formula, and non-perishable foods for these young enlisted families so that they could eat while the government figured out how to get the programs back on board. So, and then it just cycled from there. I literally, I couldn't even tell you. I wish I had known then what was going to happen. I would have taken better notes.
How long has Military Mama Network been active?
So it'll be 5 years old in June, and we've been a nonprofit for 3 years. Which is a big thing.
It's a pretty big accomplishment for an organization that's only been around for 5 years.
It's pretty extraordinary. It really is.
I know you're hitting the holidays now.
Yeah.
What is it that you're focusing on right now as your projects that are supporting MMN, and also what are you doing to support the families out there now?
So typically this is how things work with Military Mama Network. Someone says, have we ever? And I'm like, well, I don't know, let's try. And then watch the mushroom cloud, right? So somebody said, hey, what do you think about sending books to kids for Christmas? Because we have this book exchange that goes on during the year. And it went from let's send to these 5 kids books to let's sponsor Christmas for 75 kids. And so we are right now focusing on getting kids matched with elves. So here's the 2 pieces, right? We've got these elves standing by, waiting, ready to help. And we've got Army families that are like, no, I can do it myself. And I'm like, but you're not, and we want to help. So it's kind of the cultural thing is what we're fighting. And I know come to December 1st, they're going to be like, I can't do this, and we'll get names. But so we're doing the elf project, which I'm really excited about. It's our first year, and I think next year we're going to be big. That's one thing. The second thing that we do is we export Christmas. So we literally send a tree, ornaments, music, decorations, hot chocolate, everything that you would have if you were home for Christmas. We choose a couple units and we export that. And then we have 138 mamas right now that are packing up boxes full of Christmas cheer to send overseas to a number of units. And our rule is no hygiene products. Like, don't put deodorant in. You wouldn't want it in your stocking. Like, this is fun. And so
all the
this
things
is our
you would get from your mom, you don't want. You know,
right, exactly.
Socks, underwear, and deodorant. Send me something fun.
Right. So, which was tough because the first year they would literally get boxes of hygiene products, and I'm like, well, Merry Christmas. So we've done some coaching. We've expanded and fine tuned the system. That's been really extraordinary. So. That's called Operation Christmas Train, and that will cost us about $10,000 in postage. I just blew through 500 this morning with no problem.
Wow.
But for us to support it, we had done, because this is how it started. This one, we were having a birthday party, and someone said, have we ever done a cookbook? And I'm like, no, let's try. And we did it. It was fantastic. So we did volume 1. And then someone said, we haven't done one in a while. So we did this one that I just hot off the press. And it's a 3-ring binder. It's hardcover. But you know, the thing that I love about it, Denise, is it has their stories, you know? So like in volume 1, I talked a little bit about my dad and how I made these chocolate crinkles for him. And I'll get completely emotional again. And how he would burn his mouth every single time I made them because he could not wait the 5 minutes it took to cool, and he would stick them in his mouth and burn his mouth. And so his last Christmas, we didn't know it was his last Christmas, but his last Christmas, he came down. He'd been dealing with dementia. And we talked books for the last time ever. I plopped him and my mom down in front of the Christmas tree and said, I don't care how long it takes. I want a good picture of you. And you know what? People have their different beliefs, but I just really believe that was a gift from God for me, because we've never, ever had a good picture of my parents. And to this day, it's the only one we had, because 5 days later, he probably still had the burns on his chocolate crinkles. He had a stroke, fell down the stairs, and never recovered. And so I told that story in volume 1, and people, it really resonated with people. So when we were doing this one, I'm like, I don't want like, hey, this feeds 20. I want to know why you chose it. You know, like I chose Memphis ribs because it's what I make when my nieces come in town. It's what I make when my table is overflowing and everyone I love is around, you know. Those are the
all of the recipes that are in this next volume, they all got matched with a reason for being in the volume, a story from a family or somebody who might be deployed saying, these are so important to me, you got to put this in the cookbook. What a cool idea.
Yeah. And really, they are those kinds of stories, because I had the privilege of interviewing people who were reluctant, and they tell stories about how their great grandma, 6 generations of this recipe being in their kitchen. And you can just imagine, like back to Civil War era, this family has gathered around this recipe and shared time together, and they let us peek into that a little bit with their story. So you can tell I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited. And we have shipped out a lot of them this week because we want them for Christmas. We want them for Christmas things, but it also helps fund the postage need, which is crazy. It's really crazy.
So this project with the cookbook will then provide you guys with some operating capital to do those projects, like sending the Christmas cheer boxes to our deployed military members.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, the thing is, Denise, it enables us to do things like yesterday, I had to say no to a kid who's in Germany, who is stuck. He's in limbo. His folks died here. He's got a visa there that's about to expire. He needs a phone. And I had to say, I mean, we have protocols, right? You have to prove that you are who you are and that you have served or are serving. But in the end, I'm like, we don't have the money to do that because we're so tied up with postage. So when people are like, oh, well, you know, boxes are fun at Christmas. Well, you know what? We go from boxes at Christmas to homeless veterans in the winter, where we're providing thick socks, gloves, scarves, and bags of toiletries for them. And, you know, like homeless veterans, what they asked for last year for Christmas, they just wanted a mug that was their own. You know, they don't want homeless veterans.
That's where I see Military Mama Network as such a unique model, because you're not simply working with the actively deployed. You're not simply working with their families. You're also stepping in on the needs of people who are in the worst circumstances of their lives, but have given their best to us. How is it that anybody reading, listening to this or hearing this can figure out a way to help support your work beyond, hey, I'd like to donate some toys at Christmas time? Is there a way that
you froze? Yep.
Who froze?
Well, you froze, but let's just keep going, because life is like that.
Guys, if you're watching this, sorry if we froze, but we're going to keep going.
We just wanted you to think about those homeless veterans.
Just give you a minute to think about it. How can we help out on an ongoing basis beyond just, you know, the holiday generosity?
Yeah, which, you know, we really appreciate it. We couldn't do what we do without people's generosity at the holidays, but we really need corporate and individual sponsors. And so what that looks like is, you know, like I give a portion of my husband's pay because I resigned my job to do this without a salary, and there's no one that's getting salaries. So being that being said, everything we do goes to Military Mama Network. So, you know, I give a portion. We can do things like buy computers that we need, pay for shipping and stuff like that. But more importantly, to have money for crises when we've got like this kid stranded in Germany and we have to say, no, we can't help you. So how can you donate? You can donate ongoingly. Go to our website, militarymamanetwork.org, and it's MAMA. For those of you in the South that want to spell it differently, it's militarymamanetwork.org. And you'll see a donate button, and you can drop down, and there's ongoing or one-time gifts. We appreciate all of them. And literally, we appreciate all of them because we can't do it without donations. We're also a United Way organization that they can do directed giving to Military Mama Network. NFP is how it is in the United Way. So if you have to give to United Way anyway, this would be a way that you could help homeless veterans, or you could help service members that are really extraordinarily in need, because 50% of them never get support from home. 50%.
So we can find you on the web, but you also have a really interesting relationship and a very interesting platform on Facebook.
Yeah.
There are very few people that I know who have been invited to have lunch with Mark Zuckerberg, and Geriann was and has a very ongoing relationship with them.
Yeah.
Tell us how to find you on Facebook, and then tell us the connection you have with Facebook.
I will. So you can find me on Facebook. It's Geriann Hanley Wiesbrook. But if you go in through WESOS, you could probably find me there most easily. My last name is spelled W-I-E-S. But I'm sorry, that sounds so ridiculous. There's a waiting list to be my friend on Facebook.
We're feeling very special at the moment because we are your friends.
And I do there are people that I'm like, stand by. Yeah, I have to get rid of people so that I can do you. Military Mama Network page, yeah, that would be another great way to find me. Or Military Mama Network group. That's a really great way to find me because I live there. So the page is one you like. The group is one you join. But what happened was, so we're running our thing, and I didn't really know. Someone else told me about it. They had this summit where they invited 100 group leaders and said, you come and let's talk about how to build community and shoot your mission out into the world. So I went, and honestly, you know why I went, Denise? Because it was in Chicago. If I'd had to travel, I would have gone. I was like, man, first of all, I thought it was a scam. Second of all, I'm like, I got things, I'm busy. But I went, and so met some people, and following that, Facebook continues to reach out to me to ask me how I run my group, how I, lead people, how I make the mission out into the world, how I communicate our values. And so they're creating these leadership trainings, and they're going to be quoting me. I don't know how extensively, but they took a lot of my stuff and highlighted what they were shortly. And then the other thing is they asked me to be, I guess there's two things. Asked me to lead their leadership group. So they've got a group of invitation only moderators that they asked me if I would be part of the leadership team. And I'm like, well, sure, I got nothing else to do. And then just the last couple of days, they're creating these be a part of the leadership team on that. So I'm like, what the heck? First of all, I kill Facebook. And the thing is, I really want to teach other people how to do that, because Military Mama Network would not be possible without Facebook and all the other, I love social media, but all the other ones, I feel like have pieces of what Facebook encapsulates and learns very quickly and rolls things out. So yeah, come find me if you got Facebook things, but it probably won't be free. I will undoubtedly ask you for a donation for Military Mama Network.
Well, I could think that there's no better way to get information as to how you created this organization that is so interdependent. You've got great moderators, you've got great administrators on the site, you've got a team of people who are truly dedicated to meeting the needs of the military and veteran families and community. I can't help but ask you, when you look 5 years down the road at Military Mama Network, what's your number one goal?
I want to be in front of Congress talking about the needs of our military family from the inside out. I want to create a culture where we talk honestly and with the solution in mind about what's going on with our military and our veterans, not so that we can make more money, but so that we can impact change. Because there's a lot of organizations that are out there that beat the drum and then say, give me money. If we can make it without money, I want to, but I want the conversation. We need to have this conversation where we've got homeless veterans everywhere in America that they just shouldn't be. Like, how do we help them? And how do we help? What is it like to live as a military family? I think people don't understand it. And so they don't know because invariably the answer I get all the time is, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Of course I'll help. No one says no. But I want to be in front of Congress, Denise. That's my real deal.
All right. We will help you as much as we possibly can. One of the biggest ways is making sure that your message gets out. With this kind of a tool, with Find Out Fridays, it's really important for us to highlight our members and our sponsors that are doing the most amazing things like Military Mama Network is. If you are out there and you are a member of Women Entrepreneurs Secrets of Success and you would like to have the opportunity to be as passionately engaged on screen as Geriann has been, please let us know. You can always reach us on WESOS Network, WESOS Network.com. You can also look for us on Facebook and like our page. In the meantime, we'd love to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving weekend. I think this is going to actually air on Black Friday. So those of you who are out shopping, bless your heart, you're all crazy. I'm staying at home.
Hey, can I say real quick, we're doing a drive for Giving Tuesday because Facebook is waiving fees and the Gates Foundation is matching giving. So find us for Giving Tuesday. Even if you only give $1, that gets us $2 instead of 75 cents.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Geriann will be posting that information for the Giving Tuesday on WESOS Network, considering that this is Wednesday. Go ahead and post it up on our group and make sure we've got a link to that. For the rest of you, thanks for watching. I know we had a couple of little techie glitches in there, but I'm hoping that you got as much information as you would like. And if you didn't, find Geriann at militarymamanetwork.org.
Yeah.
And on Facebook, Military Mama Network. Thanks for joining us.